will do this again. We'll get it right this time. Are we ready now? We're going to do it old school way. It's fucking roll. What am I talking about?
Give my coffee more attention. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7.
It's okay, we got it worked out. We're good, man.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Let's try this again one last time. We will get this done. Hey, that is organized chaos, baby. I'm telling you. And that's one thing I love about disc golf is it's organized chaos. Hey, if you're tuning back in, we are the Local Route Disc Golf Podcast coming at you. I am the bearded squirrel here with
Big Bubba.
And once again, Chris McClung with the Fling Show.
Yeah.
Welcome again.
Well, thank you
for coming back on, and thank you for your patience.
Oh, I'm so used to this. Trust me, it's a regular on our show as well. There's always some technical difficulties to overcome.
Hey, and like we were saying also, it might be a headache at first, but the end of it is so rewarding that it makes it worth it.
Exactly. You gotta have a little chuckle every once in a while at yourself. Can't take yourself too seriously.
Well, thank you for your patience. and so we'll go ahead and touch up right back up what we were speaking on. I think we're talking about the Texas State Doubles that was coming up. It is, I believe, one of the biggest tournaments around here around this time of the year, correct? It filled up 100 and almost 50 something people in how fast?
It's about 6 minutes last year.
6 minutes? About like in 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
How many tournaments is this? How long has this been going?
27th year that this tournament has been run. It has not always been at the same location. This is going to be the 6th year, I believe, at Shawshank. Before then, it was at a wonderful location called Snow Farm, which is kind of where people were sinking their teeth into it. It was a much more party atmosphere and just a good time. And now it's become more about the trophy and about the championship, which is kind of nice. So, like we said, being that it filled up last year in 6 minutes, we kind of made a decision this year to have it on 2 separate weekends.
Oh, nice.
That way it gives the divisions a little larger. So because we realized last year that M1, 2, 3 was really filling up so quickly, we've now decided to do the first weekend with M1, 2, 3, F1, 2, and 3. That's the first weekend on the 5th and 6th. And then the second weekend on the 11th and 12th is going to be the mixed division, which we're bringing back this year, which there was kind of a conflict. Sometimes when we had only just the ladies playing, the FA 1, 2, and 3, it kind of cut into that mixed division because you have a lot of times the players and partners are the same. So this year is going to allow both the ladies to play the first year and be champions, and that's going to give them an opportunity to go ahead and play in the mixed as well. And then we're also going to be bringing in, and I'm hoping y'all are going to help me with this because it seems to me when I watch y'all from afar, y'all have a big concentration of that M4 and F4 division.
Right. To the newer people more and a little bit. Yeah, I think we steer a little bit that way to try to help the other people because we all started there somewhere.
Which is why this year I really pressed Matt, and he'll tell you this, that he didn't want to do it.
What's up, Adam?
But I told him I wanted to bring on the M4s and the F4s this year because that's near and dear to my heart. So they're going to be playing on the second weekend as well as the age protected. So you've got the age protected 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. So really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great event. The trophy is being made by BZ Strick from Bogey Free Disc Golf. He's donating the trophies and sponsoring the tournament as well. These are going to be amazing trophies, first through third place.
You were telling me something about him. Don't he do amazing woodwork too?
He does. He is able to do quite a few different things. He's really stretching out this year.
Good with his hands.
And I like to promote those sponsors. And you and I talked about this. about promoting the sponsors who actually promote our event. And oftentimes, I don't think just a T sign up is going to do it justice. So I really want to give him a shout out because he's been doing it for years. But this year I've kind of tasked him to something a little bit special. I'm hoping that it's going to be something just awesome. Not that he hasn't always made that, but we want to make it a Bell-Cal trophy that everybody just really wants to win, because it should be more about the trophy and the competition. And that's what we're really stretching for this year.
Yeah, I'm sure it sounds like an amazing event, and it sounds like that's directly what you're going for. And that's part of the reason why we want to go out there and help showcase what y'all have to offer. And I mean, I want to see how many people show up this time, you know, and y'all had to stretch it out to 2 weekends this time also. And 27 years says a lot, you know. So I mean, I'm happy, and I hope it continues again next year. Are y'all already working on maybe something for the following? Because I know you have to jump on that stuff.
We're already looking at our next year. This year's already set in stone. We have our PDGA events already set. We're running 6 of those, and along with another 6 of our minor league disc golf tour, along with the handicap league, along with the winter league, which you're now aware of that we do. So we're our place full this year. We're already planning for next year. Texas State Dubs being one of them. And yeah, we're just fortunate right now that we're able to have such a beautiful course. Shawshank Disc Golf Course, for those of y'all who haven't been out there, yes, it is in Huntsville, Texas, and yes, it is a little bit of an awkward travel, but the course itself is stunning. It's beautiful. I mean, it's picture perfect when you go out there, video it. I love the fact that when I was able to go out there and video some of the play last year and the year before, it just captures very well on camera. So along with the competition that's out there, Matt's brought this up to our attention as well. We've had players wait to go pro just so they could play another year and win Texas State doubles. Because I mean, it's just that cool. It's just that kind of a tournament. And I've got
some bragging rights, man.
Yeah,
exactly. Some bragging rights. I love bragging rights. Hey, Matt Stevens said happy birthday. James Stanley and Adam Lopez said what's up.
Oh man,
what's up, Jonathan? That. What's up, Billy? I'm glad all of y'all. Hey, I hope everybody out there has had a wonderful New Year so far. Yeah. I know the weather here sucked the past couple of days. Pretty bad.
Oh no, the drive out this evening was this. When you live in Texas, this was the drive to make out here tonight. Was stunning. The stars and the brightness and the coolness in the air. I mean, it's just like, oh my goodness, it's time to live down here. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I was enjoying it.
So I have something I wanted to go ahead and share. Chris McClung does a thing on his show. It's a true or false.
Oh yeah.
So I was put on there with the true or false, like he does all of his people, and that's his thing there.
Okay.
So I don't know if anybody's ever true or false him interviewing him.
Oh.
No, I have not.
Oh.
No. So I have one.
Go.
True or false? Fling Show was started in 2020.
I was about to say, you wanted me to finish that?
No, that is true.
It's true.
David Himmeline and I, due to the COVID and being just all boxed in, him being a musician, shout out to David. He does all the music on our show. It's just awesome. And David and I sat around and we were just like, what can we do to shed light on those who have very little light shed on them? And we were back and forth on talking to each other on the phone all the time. And he was always FaceTiming it. And we're kind of goofy guys anyway. And we just decided that this is what we kind of wanted to do. Had a little passion, a little time. And 2020 was the first time. And we've been on ever since.
Around COVID time, wasn't it?
Every Monday night at 8 o'clock. We've been on ever since, except for I believe we've taken 3 nights off in about 2.5 years.
And see, and that's what makes it special between us, is because
stay on that grind.
We damn near start at the same time almost. And we had no idea if there was another show. They had no idea there was another show.
Oh no, we knew.
Y'all knew? Oh, okay.
Himmy knew. Matter of fact, I'm not one to get on the computer. That's just not my thing. I got so much that we do behind the scenes that I'm always doing Photoshop and Premiere Pro and editing stuff. But Himmy knew. And so
slick.
Yeah, Himmy sent it to me, and I think it probably was y'all's second show that he noticed right then. And I think we were real close to when we both launched. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then what makes it even better now is that both of us are able to take, and you know, it's hard to explain to some people. Houston.
Thank you, Steve.
Hey, man, we appreciate it, bro.
Yes,
We're
thank
still under
you.
construction, but we appreciate it. Hey, we had some snags earlier, and so we had to go back old school on the camera. But hey, man, we're gonna make it work, and we'll get back running. One thing I like to convey to people out there is that, Houston disc golf is so big. And real quick, I'm not talking about just Houston disc golf. I'm talking about the whole area real quick.
Yeah.
The whole area is so big. And there's so many what I like calling little hubs in there, you know. And I don't think a lot of people understand when the whole area gets together how big we are. And I want people to take advantage of that, because Houston, Texas, this whole area, and not just Houston, but the surrounding area, whenever we get together, the Conroe, the Bayou, out there, Galveston, all of us, Jones Creek and all of us, North Side, now we even have Lone Star.
Yeah.
You know,
we do.
We all get together, man, we can make something real big to where I think not just the whole Houston area, but Texas can mess some stuff up, baby.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah, make it Texas
That's
strong.
what I'm talking about.
You know, right now, we're like real big Houston strong.
Everything's
we need
bigger
to be
in
like
Texas.
strong.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
For sure. I commend the fact that you would come on our show, and a lot of people were like, hey, why? You know, y'all are two different podcasts. It's kind of like sometimes the feeling that I have gotten in the Houston disc golf community, where it seems like there for a while people were kind of becoming separatists, right?
Going separate directions.
Separate directions, separate clubs, separate vending companies, separate manufacturers, things like that. And it became much more of a competitive market where people were trying to grab their share. And I think that hopefully you and I can kind of shed light to the fact that I've always kind of tried to say this, and people who know me is that we're stronger together than we'll ever be apart.
Yes.
And so if all we're trying to do is grab and separate ourselves, we're never going to be able to really come together to create great events. Because this year, as you've seen down here, we have Texas State, Vanderbilt down south, 8-11 course event, A tier, huge field, right? You're talking about 600, 800 plays he's trying to get on that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris Vandergrift, Steve Stanley. All of y'all went out there and made that done.
Exactly.
I don't know who else I'm missing, but I mean,
Cypress Disc Golf,
Lucky Ace,
Golf, Lucky Ace, Lone Star.
Spill them out.
I had to go search their sponsorships out, but you know, obviously that's big for our community, and it's gonna be shed light finally back to Houston, because we had some championships here before, but the pros stopped coming because some of the ways that, from what I was told, I wasn't in the know, but from what I do know from those that were, that some things kind of did not go right, and so it kind of pushed them away. So it's nice to see them finally coming back, and with Vandergrift having that thing down south for 5 years, that's just a big event. I got breaking news, and it's going to come on the show on Monday, but there's a huge women's event that's about to step here in Texas as well, run by some people that I know.
Outstanding.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to break that on the show tomorrow night, and that's another event that's going to be here for 5 years, and it's going to be for a specific group of people, and I love that fact because it's somebody that we support, but we need to be together to make these events successful. So I like the fact that we're coming together to do that, because I think that's going to hopefully shed to everybody out there, especially the novice players and the people that are beginning players, that, hey man, go try out things down south. Go try out things in the north side. Go try out things in the Houston area. Because one thing is, we have a lot of different courses. We got some great manufacturers, and we got some great vendors out there. Don't just be sold to one. Go try them all out.
Absolutely. You got to spread yourself out instead of sticking with one. And yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Well, here, look, it's like buying shoes. You know, you don't just go to the shoe store. Like, you're gonna go buy running shoes, right? Or disc golf shoes. You don't just go there and go, oh, I want those one. Like, don't you go there? You know, you try different ones.
Oh no, I get in trouble.
See the comfort fit. I mean, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
You find your comfort. You find what fits you. you know,
and now
but you
if
don't just stick to one.
If you find an area or a place that you like the way that they run things, then I completely get that.
But don't be afraid to go out your box.
It's funny. Everybody is so scared of somebody hopping over from a north, south, south side, east, or west.
Why does it matter?
How come some people have all different tags from different courses around whole different areas? If people were that scared from jumping from one side to the other, we would not be able to hold events like Texas State at all. Because how many different clubs around the whole Houston area has came together for one side?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, how dare some people say, oh, well, you're just for our side. No, we're for all sides. And just to let people know, we are called the local route for a reason. Because every single disc golf course, and you know, I guess I could say ball golf course, but I'm not a ball golf player, has a local route. So therefore, we are a local route in every single disc golf community. And that's what we're about.
Right.
You know.
Well, the Texas State Dubs, I was just telling you who the Texas States was, but the Dub sponsors are groups that normally people think don't associate well together. We have Cypress Disc Golf, right? We have Northside Chain Gang. We have Chicks Chasing Chains. We have Southern Birdies. We have Lone Star. We have Southern Star. We have, why can't I think of the sandwich shop? Jersey Mike's.
Right. Well,
okay. We've got an AC guy. We've got real estate guy. We have so many people who've come and sponsored Texas State doubles as well, and we've made an ad for them. We put them out. We try to really get them out well before just the players walk up to the tee sign and say, oh, you know, a thank you there. We try to say thank you to them well in advance, especially with today's media market. And I hope that other people who run tournaments realize that the sponsors are the key. But in order to have such great sponsors, you need to show something more with the platforms that we have, right? Not a podcast, but I mean, there's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's all kinds of ways to put those sponsors out. And I think that that's a commitment that both tournament directors and vending companies need to really look forward to in the future, because that's how we're going to get them out. I mean, that's how the NFL started. That's how tennis started. Tennis used to be Virginia Slims, which is a cigarette company, for all things, doing tennis.
Right.
You know, so I mean, you get your start somewhere with some sponsors. So I mean, hopefully we now see HEBs going in there, and you're starting to see Chick-fil-A's. You're starting to see other.
You got Bushnell, and you got other people starting to come in and stuff.
We need to also think bigger than just disc golf related items to disc golf, because we need to start thinking outside
the box.
Insurance.
Exactly.
I mean, for goodness sakes.
Well, I mean,
how many times have you play with somebody, and when you play with them, what are they talking about? How much they hurt, how much something's broken, how much their foot hurts, how much their eye's done. And I can't tell you, I've already sent 3 people to dentist that I know, because I love my dentist. He's done a great job on
I need your information.
Right, and I had a friend of mine I just had to get this week that went to him. And so those are the people that I think that we reach out for the sponsorship dollars, because guess what? A masseuse, somebody who do massages, something like that. Think outside the box, right? Because, like you said, Bushnell and those people so much can only do it.
Are you offering massages? Oh, I thought you were offering massages.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, people, he's not offering massages.
That's a different.
Nobody said that.
That's a different.
That is full.
That's a different show.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. I agree with you. I think we got a real good, strong people around here. And that's why I want a part of it so much. And I want to be able to help out and show my support also. Mm-hmm. And that's why I don't mind making appearances around all different types of areas and stuff. Here soon, we are hopefully going to be traveling here soon. I really want to go to Tennessee and go see...
Music City Open?
No, I want to go up there and go see Jennifer Castro and them, and go play around with them, and go get, I think her and her boyfriend, I think he used to, man, I don't want to say who I think he was playing with. I think it was Discmania. I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't want to get in trouble with that, but I think that's who.
Well, somebody research who that is.
I'm for sure they would.
Right.
But but I think maybe I like to go up there and do something like that. I have a chance to go up to Michigan and go play with some of the guys from Discraft up there. I would love to do like a little pod there and come back here, but I don't know. Inflation isn't looking that good for my gas right now. So
I was fortunate enough to go to Worlds last year.
That was awesome.
On that way, we were able to stop in Missouri. I filmed some people. Then
pretty. I love
in
Branson.
Peoria, I was able to interview a lot of people. I was up there, be on a lot of different courses and take the opportunity. And of course, being with the nicest guy in disc golf, Mr. Mikey Siebert. Love you, man.
What's up, Mikey?
Yeah, he was kind enough to take me with him, and so that was quite the journey, to say the least. So that's why at the end of our show, you typically see me always signing off with him rolling over into the water.
I bet he kept you entertained, too.
Oh my goodness, that man can
Yeah,
talk.
he's.
That man can
Yeah.
talk. 6-hour drive was like an hour and a half, as much as we talked the whole time. So, but it was so well worth
I've
it.
known him
Memories
since
that-
I was a kid.
Yeah, it was a memory that I'll take forever. I never thought as I got older I would do something like that. Mainly because we were sleeping in Mikey's vans in a couple of places in state parks.
Those are touring people right there, yeah.
Right.
That's
So
doing what you gotta do.
yeah, it was, but lots of fun. And like you said, you take that opportunity to go to those courses that you're never going to get to go to. And so got some great times, great footage, and got to meet some wonderful people along the way.
So I
That's
have
good.
how has disc golf progressed from when you first started till present day?
Well, when I first started it, like I tried to tell you earlier, I did it as a hippie back in the 90s, an alternative hippie at that time. I don't know if you could really consider it a hippie because I like taking showers, but I was more that long-haired, hippie-looking alternative dude, right?
I'm sure it's clean hippies.
Yeah.
Woo, anyway.
We
I
won't
got
go
you,
to
I
that
got you.
topic.
I
We
got
won't
it.
go to
That's
that
the
topic.
natural.
I'm just saying my
The
uncle.
naturalist.
We keeping it disc golfy.
My uncle went to UT in the 70s, so I was up in Austin in about 74 to 76 when there was what you might consider real hippies there. So yeah, the smell was a little bit different. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah,
I forgot
A
what-
little human.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I started about in the 90s, and then I stopped for years, got married, been married now for 23 years. And
Congratulations.
Dude, he's been married since I was born.
yeah, well, like we talked about, I've got a son who's 22.
Uh,
But I picked it back up about 5 years ago because I needed to get back in exercise. I played basketball all the time, grew up as an athlete, but my body started breaking down. Running and jumping just wasn't part of it, and the wife was like, "You're done." So I like to play. I'm physical. I like darts or any kind of
movement,
anything that has to do with skills. So I love disc golf, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, let's go play one time." And then all of a sudden, I kind of picked it back up, and that was the first time I became PDGA eligible, and it just kind of blossomed from there. And from the Northside Chain Gang is kind of where I kind of got into it. And then for the last 4 years, I've been the treasurer of Northside Chain Gang, and just finished my last hurrah this December and turned those keys over to another treasurer. So.
And see, this is going to lead to my next true or false question is, from the time you started, you worked all your way up to being sponsored by Discraft now. True or false?
Wow, that would be a false.
Oh.
That would be a false. No, we were fortunate enough after a year and a half to be sponsored by Lone Star Disc.
Nice.
I reached out to them.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hemi was at Bear Branch, and Travis walked up to
I like
him
that course.
with the first disc they had ever made.
Nice.
And he put it in Hemi's hands, and the rest is history. We've been supportive of Lone Star since day one.
Outstanding.
I've got every single disc they've made from the beginning. I've got their
What was their first
photos.
disc?
That's funny. It was the Kaka, the Mockingbird.
I seen one the
was-
other day. Somebody was telling me. I'm sorry to cut you
That's
off.
all right.
They said it was special because it said "Kaka" on it.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, the first disc
It-
didn't
oh,
say
it was you.
anything, right?
Okay.
But the first disc didn't say anything, and which I've still got at the house. I've got them all. Their prototypes have nothing on them, but the name Kaka came from Tanner Gerard.
Right. Okay.
He said
So,
He's the guy that won our
Go
first
with it.
tournament.
Yeah.
He said that every time that you released the dish, you were supposed to say "Kaka, Kaka," and so we would do that in jest, and it became quite funny. And then it became known as the Kaka, but then they named it the
That's
Mockingbird
funny.
because it became a Texas theme. But we've been behind them since the growth they've had. But they did support the channel, and they supported us, and then. They don't really support me as a player, but they do. It was more as the Fling Show.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay,
nice.
okay.
And that's to help to promote your brand, and
Right.
which actually allows you to do
Right.
what we like doing and help other people get out.
Yeah.
Well, I think as a podcast, it was actually the other way around. It was probably the way I looked at it was like my first sponsor. More, I kind of looked like ESPN having Budweiser, ESPN having just a big manufacturer behind you that supports you as the Fling Show. Because one thing I think you realize is that not every player throws Lone Star.
Right, right.
And the Fling
Correct.
Show has started to shed light on those who don't have light shed on them, but that doesn't mean that it was always going to be directed toward
Right.
one manufacturer. So when I spoke to them and we did start the show, when we did start the sponsorship deal, I reached out and I said, I still am going to interview people from all throw
Different
because
other
we've had
right.
Stokely, like I said, we've had Mint, we've had Discraft, we've had Innova players, we've had all kinds of players, right? And besides this, the ancillary ones where it's Flight Towel or Lucky Ace or Gorilla or a bunch of different people who sponsor. As well as I do in a podcast, it's difficult to sit there and go, well, I'm just going to only limit myself to only Lone Star people. That's not fair to the show. It wasn't the vision of the show.
That'd be kind of hard to do a show like that. I mean, you wouldn't get
Well,
very
not
big
now.
deal.
Obviously, not now with their team. Their team's huge, so there's plenty of opportunities to sit there and just do one after the other if that was available. To
Right,
me.
right.
But I just don't think that's fair to not only myself but the audience and the reason why we did the show in the first place. So we've kind of stepped back from that, and this year we've kind of focused again on just spreading the word about those who need to spread about, and we're just kind of moving from there on. And it's been pretty exciting because, like I said, it's started to get a little more fun in the simple fact that we have so many events coming up, and I've just had a blast with the last that we did. Next year you need to play in that handicap league. I'm telling you, of all the things that I got to do as a player, because you see my skill level, I'm not a 4 player, but that's the rating, but that's what it is. But when you get to play against people who are pros and you get that handicap, and then you get to play that handicap, and then at the end of the time, it was separated by 1 stroke.
Wow.
On the last 2 holes of a 4-week tournament. It was a lot of fun.
That's
it made
crazy.
you feel like you were actually competing with that person, right? So I had a good time with that. Winter League is another thing. But
Yeah, the Winter League's
but-
pretty cool too.
yeah.
I had the privilege of watching y'all out there in that cold ass weather playing. But once you get moving around, it's not that bad. But yeah, the format for that it's I can't put my finger on it, I guess, because it's not very normal. Well, I can't say normal. I don't know the word for it. It's not what everybody else runs.
Teams.
Right, there you go. That's
you
what I
run a
meant.
team event where you're pairing them up and the captain is picking your matchups, and then you flip it to a doubles at the end and it's
Right.
still match play. It's a lot of thought that goes into your points, where you're going to capture them, where you may kind of give them up so you can get more. And then it's also just seeing who shows up, because it's 10 players and sometimes you don't have everybody show up. So it's quite entertaining, and I look forward to this Saturday is our next event too.
So is this your first one? How many have you played
This
so
is
far?
my first. They had a hiatus last year because of some technical difficulties, and then the year before they had it as well. But this comes from up in the east. They brought this down. Matt brought it with him down here, and where they up there, they do it in different states. It's state versus state versus state. But of course,
That is cool.
well, yeah, it's easy to do when your states are separated by 30 minutes. When
Right.
states
Texas is pretty dang
it
big.
takes us 2 hours
Yeah.
just to get to
Yeah.
Louisiana, and you're not getting 5 hours to get to outside of El Paso, so
Right.
or 9 hours actually. So we're looking at more of a regional thing next year. We're looking at hopefully some down south teams, maybe get another Central Houston team, get one up there in the Huntsville area as well. Maybe we'll get one over in the Kingwood area.
Well,
and
I
have
think
8 teams.
Mikey's missing mama. Mama left
Oh,
the
I
room.
know.
He's missing mama.
I know.
So I think they just had a new little team that came up, the Jones Creek. I think we're going to start their own thing over there. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool. That's an extra one right there. It just
Yep.
popped up. See, they do.
Yep.
This is
Pop
for
up all
cash,
over,
too.
man.
This is for
Yep.
cash, and so most players, unless you're the pro players, you don't get to play for cash. It's not sanctioned. So
Get that plastic.
right this
Yeah.
year with 4 teams, you're playing for $2,500 in cash. You do 8 teams, you're playing
Dang.
for $5,000 in cash.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Okay.
little pool.
And you're dividing that between your team of 10. So, I mean, there's a little breakdown between first, second, and third, but still that first place team's taking home some serious cash, and now a lot of people get to play for cash. That's another reason why we're doing the minor league disc golf tour. The minor league disc golf tour is 6 events, and they too are going to be something different and unique. One of them's going to be the Battle of the Nines, where you have 3 different nines, right? Which we've done in the past. Another one is going to be Valley Cali. I don't know if you're familiar with that format, but that's where you get 2 throws each hole. I mean, each shot.
Oh, I know playing Cali.
Yeah. So that's another way that we're going to do. We have a lot of different formats that we're going to be playing the minor league disc golf tour, but once again, that's for also classic and cash. Right. So it gives the disc golfer an opportunity not to just always go to a PDGA event and just go, well, if I'm not pro, then basically you're only playing for plastic.
Right.
Or product.
That's pretty cool, man. That definitely leaves a different aspect of playing disc golf, of trying it that way. I know next year I'm going to try to make the Winter League myself next year. I definitely want to play in that. I know he'll probably like to.
My fingers won't.
Your fingers won't? You don't like playing in that cold?
I didn't say I didn't. I said my fingers won't.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way, but I did get one of those heating little things.
Hand warmers?
Well, but not the ones that you just get out of the packet.
Right. You got the electric one.
I tell you what, my wife went and got me a vest.
The same way.
My wife got me a vest that's lined with the wires and stuff, and it has the heating pack, the portable heating pack that you carry that connects to it. And the jacket's not heavy. It's pretty light. And I went on a disc golf course, and it was, I think it was like 40-something degrees. And I had a regular long sleeve like the dry fit, so it wasn't very thick. But that thing kept my whole upper body and my shoulders real warm. I would suggest getting one of those, man.
Get the jacket.
Very well.
The one that's got the...
They have a long sleeve jacket, but I'm afraid you'll get too hot, and then you can't take it off. To where the vest, it keeps the parts that you need warm, which it keeps.
Well, doesn't it have different levels?
Yeah, it does. It actually has different levels.
You
where
can
you can turn it to where it'll stay on for a little bit and turn off, come back on. It worked out a lot.
And I'm a foot person too.
I've seen you with those foot pads on.
If my feet aren't warm, woo, it's awful. So my wife actually this year and daughter bought me some socks and some heated socks too. So I'm ready to go. I'm like you. I don't like playing in the cold, and I get cold easy. My hands are the same way because I'm a flicker and backhand, and that flick.
Right, me too.
You let go of that flick, man. That bottom finger. That rim, it'll light you up.
It does. It hurts.
Now, see, that's what killing about the turkey trot. See, if it's wet, I don't mind. If it's cold, I don't mind. I don't care where you are. If it's wet and cold, I'm out. I mean, when my feet started going a little numbish, I was just like, can't do it. Then my little fingers, I was like, oh, this
that was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the wind was kicking up pretty good.
Nope, I'd be out. I'd be running to the car.
I've only played one worse weather, and that was at Shawshank, and it was literally like 27-mile-an-hour winds. I may be exaggerating a little bit, but everybody who played that day knows it's not much. I was literally putting, trying to, with an umbrella, right, and my backpack on, trying to putt. And it was that moment where you're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, why am I even out here? Like,
you
what was I
thinking? My $35, I'm good.
Going home.
I think Matt Stillwagon was holding, I think it was like October or something, he was holding a tap that he used to do. His dad went with me. It was my very first sanctioned tournament.
Didn't
and
it was Zuby and Tad?
No, it was just Tad. It was a 2-rounded Tad.
I know.
So we went out there, and my wife was with me. She was pregnant, went with me, and we had somebody else that went with me. And it was just raining some, and his dad was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing in the rain. I'm like, oh, come on, it'll be fun. Shit. Man, it tore down. The whole retention pond that was down there was completely full. And we played the whole round, and it got so bad to where people just put their umbrellas up and just took off, just started playing because it was that bad. No lightning to stop the damn round.
Right.
It was raining so hard, it came in sideways. Everybody was like,
umbrella won't help you no more.
No.
But it wasn't cold. Turkey trot, I would say was worse because it was cold and
windy.
Which Benty kicked ass in that game. Yeah, he did very well. And I played with Mike too. I had the privilege of playing around with them and with Mikey and them. And so that was a lot of fun.
Mikey plays in the wet. He don't mind playing in the rain. He on the long drive that we had to Peoria, I get to hear the story that Mikey likes to go out and practice in the rain. And
yes, I do too.
His other thing is that he does not wipe the disc off and or his hands. He said it allows through time.
It's even.
Because for some, I don't want to misquote him, and I probably will, but he says it's something about the oil that rubs off on your disc that if you continue to do that when you try to grab it, it just gets slicker. That if you just let it be wet and you grab it naturally, that you'll actually have a better grip.
So let me tell you how to fix that real quick.
Kind of
I'm gonna tell you how to fix that. So what you do, Mikey, if you're listening,
love you, man.
Hey, don't kill me, okay? Look, what you do is go in your bag, pick up a dry towel and a clean one, and then wipe your disc.
Ooh.
I like what you were using the other day, though.
The chamois.
That chamois.
He would tell you.
Yeah,
the chamois is what I use, and that works. And, you know, I mean, I have towels, and everything I've used soaks up too much. Or like people use the microfiber kind. They look pretty, you know. You got the Discraft ones that look pretty and all that, but they don't soak the water off good. To me, if you use the chamois, it'll leave like a little gummy.
Yes,
I'm not going around saying ShamWow.
ShamWow.
Not especially when I'm wiping my disc off with it. You know, you can ShamWow.
Say it by what it's called, damn it.
You know, but yeah, I mean. I forget where I got it from, but somebody was like, hey, use a chamois. And I was like, cool. I started using chamois. And what works real well, too, is take the chamois, cut a strip, and keep it in your pocket or around your belt loop and sit there and
keep it off the finger.
It'll keep it on your fingertips dry, too. Same thing Paul Macbeth does to his pockets.
Yeah.
Sits there and digs in that pocket and get his fingers dry. That chamois does it and leaves a little gummy, too.
He might have a little piece of a chamois in his pocket.
Yeah, he might be. Ooh. You know what? I bet they should make a pair of pants that has like some of that in there. And sell it to Paul Macbeth. He'll probably make a line of it.
Why don't we do
Hey, I came up with that. It was me right here, football catch.
My dear. Football catch, disc catch. Come on.
So what big plans do y'all have for in the future for the Fling Show?
Ooh.
Well, that's funny. It's really interviews. My thing this year with the Fling Show is to really just get some really, just be there when people need us, right? When they need to shine. I mean, it's so organic. Oftentimes, I found it funny that people will reach out to me and say, hey, I want to talk about this. Do you mind if I come on? And I would have never thought that I would have had that person on from Waco, or we had somebody from Hawaii. I had somebody on from Michigan, and we had a person on from Brazil. It was just kind of some crazy things.
You would have never thought.
Never. At all in my lifetime that I thought that'd be somebody who reached out to us and said, hey, we'd like to, we see and let's do. And like I said,
isn't that gratifying?
Well, it's not. I tried to tell you this, and I mean this to my heart. The show is never about me, and it's never been about Hemi. It's never been about anything, body. It's been about the people that are on it. So, and I know people will look at you like, oh no. I'm like, no, really. That's why when I put that Disc Golf Famous thing on, it's kind of funny. And shout out to Hemi's brother about that. That's awesome. It's a joke. You know, what is Disc Golf Famous? I mean, I get my haircut today. The lady was just like, yo, well, what are you doing? I go, disc golf podcast. Oh, golf podcast? No, disc golf. Oh,
what is that?
Is that thing you throw? You're just like going. So, like I said, Disc Golf Famous is kind of funny. It's nothing, but
I actually do not like being in front of the camera. I very, very dislike it. And if I probably could find a way for me not to be in front of it, I probably would.
Too bad, so sad.
I'm not a camera person whatsoever.
That's why editing sometimes is a wonderful thing. I'm able to sometimes just do the voice.
Right.
Like I did with the...
Right.
Well, I'll do the voice and let somebody else just answer. Right.
I like being the class clown, but not like up this close. I don't. That's...
It takes a little time, I think, just to kind of get used to it and be okay with it. You still mess up no matter what you do because this is not edited.
Exactly,
right.
and that is something that we like, and we know it could, I guess, maybe get us in trouble maybe one day or something, but we try not. No, everybody comes on here. They're very nice. Everybody acts like an adult. We try to set people up for success. Mm-hmm. We will not let anything like that come on here and stuff happen. I mean, that'll be
bad.
Well, that's what we try to do both. We try to do the live stuff. and then I try to do the edited stuff.
Right.
I try to do some ads. Fling bites are something that I'm really looking forward to doing more this year because I like fling bites. That's something that I can do on a Monday morning, Tuesday morning, whenever the guests can be ready and they are available. I can get them on. I can ask them. I try. Now I've learned to try to keep the 3, 4, 5 questions, keep it short. That way, A, it's easier to edit. B, they feel much more comfortable with it.
Right.
Now I can ask you. I oftentimes, I've had guests that say, "Hey, will you send me the questions you want to ask me?" Or do you find that you've had guests on that do the same thing that will kind of go, "Hey, will you send me the questions first?" And
no, we have not had that. I think most of the people that have came on here were real new to the camera.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple people did very well that knew what they wanted to talk about. Usually when they come on here, like I said, we'll invite them on about an hour early, and I'll ask them, is there anything that you would like to talk about? Is there anything you do not want me to ask? Because I will ask.
Right.
It depends. Like I said, it depends on the person that we have that we're interviewing. It could be like you, casual, having a good time, getting to know you. Or it could be something more political, more on the political side, to where you have to be more in depth, want to know what to ask, what not to ask that could get you in trouble or get that person in trouble. Not me. We're pretty much unfiltered here. We do have our lines, but it's ultimately up to our guests what kind of pod they want. If they want to have a nice casual pod, they can. If they want to talk about what events, specific things, if they want, go for it. That's what we're here for.
Right.
And like you said, we're not here for me. We're not here for him. We're here for you. We're just a platform that you can use for you to get yourself out there and to help you out. And also for us to let everybody know who you are and what we represent.
Yep.
Is basically what we are.
It's kind of funny. Oftentimes, we'll have our guests on early as well before we go live. And we had to finally get used to it when I had Meredith on and Catherine on and Chrissy on and Hemi on. We would finally say, hey, listen, let's not ask the guest what we're going to talk about on the show, because we found that when we did ask them after they had answered it live, that they struggled later on with it, which was kind of a strange.
They might be trying to remember.
Yeah, so exactly.
Probably trying to remember what they told you last time.
We're like, listen, we're not going to ask anything that has anything to do with what's going to be on the show. So, how was your day? Or, we're just going to talk that way to get their mic sounds and things like that. But we found that it was nicer just for them to be able to ad lib on the live show without being already cognizant of whatever the question was going to be, or what they'd already answered, which is kind of funny. It took us a while. Once again, you learn those things. It's those mistakes. Because then you were talking about, have you ever had a bad show? It's like, well, yeah, but I think that sometimes it was because of those things. Like they'd already answered, so it just didn't come across naturally.
Right.
It's just, you find those things out.
Going live is a lot different. I see a lot of people that do a lot of editing stuff. And I mean, that to me, that it's easy, because you're going and then you're picking up stuff that you don't want people to see, to where puts you under the little pressure too, and there's really no going back or nothing, and so it really shows on that person. And good pressure sometimes, man. Pressure is good.
And
for
we have some viewers. I remember the first time we ever did an edited show only. Oh my goodness gracious. We had some viewers, Mr. Backus, we love you, Jim Beast, that just were not having any of it. We're like,
really?
Yeah, they're like, what? This isn't live? They want that live.
Oh, they want that live.
They want that live feeling. And it was kind of funny. It was just kind of like, so I had to think to myself, because Monday nights, every Monday night, 2.5 years, it gets to be a lot of work, right? My whole Monday. People realize my busiest days are Sundays and Mondays. And so people try to call me and I can't get on your money. It's like, I am getting ready for the show. I'm flying in all these things, photoshopping this, getting the show poster ready, getting the ad ready, getting the intro ready, getting the music right. You know, that whole thing to go on. Y'all know as well as I do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
you just seen it. Yep,
yeah,
It takes a
absolutely.
lot.
So
Like we said, we worked on it yesterday, and then come today, we had technical difficulties.
Hey, what's up,
Like,
Fabian? Glad you can make it in, man.
Oh,
We
yeah,
hope you have a
Fabian.
great
What up?
year.
Oh, I bet.
Well, see, yesterday we finally had everything ready to roll. We checked the cameras. Everything's good.
Yeah.
I think we checked the camera before. Earlier today we checked. Before you came, we were sitting here and checked everything good.
Yeah, and everything was
Then during
working.
the show we roll, it goes out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But but we were prepared because I knew, hey, if we have this issue, we need a plan B.
Mhm.
Break out the old school phone. We'll put it on there,
Yeah.
and we will get it out there to you.
That is awesome. That's
You know,
nice,
so I
man.
mean, that's what we're about.
And we
that's,
did.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's why I love, and that's why I always say organized chaos.
Mhm.
You know, to me, that's what disc golf is. We're gonna be wrapping up soon, and one thing I would like to know is, I just said what I think disc golf really means to me, and it's like life to me. It's like organized chaos. You step up to the tee pad, you take a look, you see that line,
Yeah.
you think you know what you're going to do.
That
You know,
perfect line
you
is
throw out there, it looks good, your partner calls it, and you hit an iron leaf, and the shot that you had didn't turn out the way it wanted to.
I call that shanked.
You know, so what do you do?
What's the
So-
chaos of all the variables?
There you go. So the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
place,
yeah.
so
The
now
chaos
you,
of the wind,
The
the
what
leaf,
ifs.
the stick, the root.
Yeah.
and so now
the
you're
what ifs.
in a spot that's less than perfect, and so now you find yourself in a chaotic spot. So what do? Do you do patent pending? Do you do that that scramble?
You
You
do
know,
what you gotta do.
Connell was talking about that's one of his favorite things. Hey, see, don't say
Yeah, he
I
likes
don't pay
scrambling.
attention. I listen to Connell. He was talking to me. He said one of his favorite things about disc golf is to scramble,
Yeah.
and that's what he likes.
It's fun.
And that's organized chaos, making something that's not that perfect into something spectacular. And to me, that's organized chaos, and that's what I
It's
like.
like finding that one
So-
route, that one, a
That's
section that nobody else takes.
And then you're making it yours,
Yep.
and that's what makes organized
I always
chaos.
love it when they always go.
So what's
I
yours?
didn't- I didn't see that line.
Yeah, I love that. I'm like, you
you're
didn't-
I didn't see that.
what?
You're like going, oh, okay.
So what's
Yeah.
disc golf mean to you?
Well, it's funny, and I say this all the time on the show. Disc golf to me at my age now is about fellowship.
Okay.
I grew up in the locker room. Football, basketball, baseball, track, any ball, anything that I could play since a child. Of course, we didn't have the computers like we do now, and the inside time was an inside. We were kicked out, basically. So my kicked out time was going to play everything. So I was always in the gym, always in the locker rooms with people. So fellowship is really important to me, and not necessarily in a religious sense. I'm just talking about in a getting together sense, right? My wife will tell you that she has to get me out, because if not, then I start taking those tendencies and bringing them inside when they really should be outside
It gets itchy.
with people who are like-minded, right? And so disc golf has allowed that for me. I enjoy the fellowship. I enjoy the politeness. I think the kindness that I've received from not only the players and the community, but it's to me, I have to be able to get out and poke at my friends and laugh at their hitting a tree and things like that, because it can't be always serious. Don't take myself so serious all the time. And just enjoy myself, especially at this time as I get older. It's just about, if my wife said the best thing, she goes, why do you go out there if you're going to get mad? Right? So I can be mad at a shot. I could be mad at I didn't perform well, but I'm really not mad at the grand scheme of things, right?
Nope.
So I go out for the fellowship, the camaraderie, the meeting with good people, and it's turned out to be the meeting of minds and being able to get with people and do bigger things or more things for the community, or more things for a charity, or more things for outreach programs. And that was one thing I want to bring up before we go, though, is the EDGE Foundation is one thing that we work with for Texas State Dubs. And I'm remiss for not bringing that up, and I'm sorry, Yeti. I know I should have. But the EDGE Foundation is a foundation that is for awareness to junior golf in the state of Texas. And not only in the state of Texas, but in the country. And Yeti, Jay Yeti, from Austin, he and his wife Des have been running the program for years. And every year, Texas State Dubs has been one of the largest donators to the EDGE Foundations, over thousands of dollars. I've been fortunate enough to write the check. Didn't earn the check, but was able to be fortunate enough to write the check to give to them. So that is something that's really near and dear to our hearts.
For us who don't know, can you let people know what the Edge Foundation is?
Yeah, it's just a foundation. It is a program that allows pros and or players that are associated with the Edge Foundation to go to schools and districts to introduce disc golf to juniors.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Like Yeti came down last
What?
year.
I was trying to do that in middle school
Yeah,
too.
Yeti came down and last year, I believe, and he did the Humble ISD. And he had all the teachers, like I want to say, if I don't want to be mistaken, I think it was well over 50 teachers come out and they taught them the game of disc golf. Some of these teachers are coaches, and these coaches are able to go teach these kids how to play disc golf. But it just allows these pros to introduce it to these communities and bring them baskets and disc and product, and hopefully get placement. Yep. So that's just another sport for these kids to play for. So that's foundation that's really important for Texas State does. But as far as still banging next year, we're going to be doing the Helping Hand out of Stonebridge Church. They do a wonderful job of giving to the community. Last year alone, we were able to raise some funds at our last couple of events, and we're fortunate enough to run quite a few events at Stonebridge Church. So, still banging this year is going to be donating to them, and we've kind of found out that it's not just about doing it in December and November, because guess what? Those people need it in
all year round,
March, April, June,
all year round,
all the time. So that's going to be our focus this year. And I'm remiss that when you asked me that question, I really wasn't thinking properly, but those are things that we're really looking forward to helping out this year. Moving forward is that's really important to not only still banging, but to just me as a person, right? Is to give back to the community, because I have plenty. I get a lot from, like I said, the community.
Outstanding. You have any other questions you'd like to ask him, Bubba?
No, other than the
like Texas State doubles, or
with the, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Well, what?
The raffle.
The raffle.
Oh, the raffle.
Yeah, can't forget that, man. We got to let them know about that.
We're going to do the raffle, right? You want to let them know?
We are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are going to do the raffle, but we're going to give some people a little more time. Hopefully tonight's show will help that out. What we're doing, this is kind of the first thing that the local route and the Fling Show are doing together. We're hopefully sponsoring, and by y'all coming into the raffle, 2 players to be able to be entered early into any division that you want. First week, second week, it doesn't matter. But for $20, you can get yourself a 1 out of 10 chance to be able to be entered in to get yourself a spot in Texas State Dubs. And I think that's going to be something nice. It supports Texas State Doubles. Also, it allows the local route and the Fling Show also to be co-sponsors to it, so we can put our name to it as well, because we're already going to be out there filming. And,
we will be out there
doing things as well. But it allows us to come together, do something for y'all, hopefully get y'all an entry in there early so you can get your spot taken, because if you haven't looked on it, it has already kind of started filling up in some of those big divisions. M2 and M3 are pretty much getting quickly filled already, and I know those are hot divisions.
You better jump on it.
So you better jump on it. For $20, get an opportunity. You give it to a good cause.
And when are you going to do this?
Well, I think we should do it Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
And
so if you're listening, the raffle for the tickets are going to be Wednesday. And where are they going to be held at?
Well, we're going to do it by Zoom. We'll do a random.org. We'll pull it up that evening just real quick, and we'll give it away.
Okay.
And there's 10 spots. Actually, there's not 10 spots anymore. I believe there's only 7 spots. But
7 spots left.
$20. You going to PayPal SBLLC PayPal.com at Gmail, and that's still banging LLC, but SBLLC PayPal, and it's $20, and you list it I'm in. Just say I'm in, or you can do it tonight on this podcast. Say I'm in. Once you get your PayPal in, I see it, I'll give you your number, and we'll be ready to go. And thank you for helping out Texas State. I think that's just the way that we can do it as a community. Yeah. And especially us as the show.
Well, it only makes sense, both of us, to help, since everybody around is going to be going to it. It's not like just the north side of town is going to go to Texas State Double, or the south side of town is just going to go to Texas State Double.
Oh, they're all coming.
So, I mean, why? Hey, check this out, people. Look, if you go to a damn football game, is there only ESPN right here? Is that it? That's the only people. That's it, right?
No.
Exactly. No. Exactly. See?
Well, we've already got people from Wisconsin coming. We've got people from Louisiana coming. We got people from Oklahoma coming. We got people from Austin already that are coming. We got people from Waco that are already coming. So it truly is a Texas State Championship. I feel like San Antonio will be represented here shortly. Of course, you got the Huntsville and the Dallas and the Nacogdoches area boys is coming as well. So it really is going to be a Texas State Championship, and y'all should be proud if you win that trophy, because if you have, you've beaten some talented player. I say it all the time. You said it earlier. We swim with sharks down here.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't care what division you're playing in. I play in the M50s, and even in the M50s, those guys are shooting 980. So
we had little Jack out there today at Texas Army Trail, and he was slicing and dicing through them woods and he did park one almost. I seen hole like 11, I think it was, or something. And how old is he?
No, that's 14.
Okay, how old is he?
Man, guys, Jack's like 10.
And he was lacing them all the way down there. It was outstanding.
Jack and I have this little battle right now.
It's pretty cool.
I actually met Jack at Shawshank, and then he whooped me, and I wasn't too happy with that.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be seeing more of him.
I know, right? Today I met him at 10, and he got me by a stroke we did random dubs, and he happened to match up with his dad, and I matched up with somebody else, and he got my team by one, and I told him I'll be back. I told him last time I'll be back again.
You have anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, no, I just want to thank y'all so much for having me.
No, we appreciate you coming on.
Bet.
We think it's awesome, man.
You bet. I do want to thank my wife.
Okay.
I think that and we give a shout out to my wife. She's awesome. She's been supportive since the beginning. Without her, I would not be able to do what I do. I think you and I...
Does she help you out also with the stuff?
No.
No?
No, she helps me out when no one can hear me or something's gone wrong. She'll stick her head in the door and go, hey, no one can. You know, she gives me that kind of feedback.
There you go.
She gives me positive, negative feedback. But
no, that's good, man.
But more than anything else, it's the support that she gives me. I want to give a shout out to my teammates, David Hemmeline, Meredith Geary, Chrissy Fountain, Catherine Leach. Thank y'all all so much for being on the show. They come and go because we're just kind of easy, and people have lives and things kind of go on, but they'll come and they'll go off. But thank y'all so much as well. And I appreciate, of course, everybody who's always supported the Fling Show. It's so nice when I go out to hear people go, yeah, I saw that, or, because I realize people don't always consume it at live.
Right.
Most of our consumption is done at their convenience, which is fine. I love that. But I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Like I said, it's not about me, but it sure does feel good sometimes when you get that recognition.
Absolutely. We appreciate that, man. Look, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. You know how we do it?
Yeah.
Till next Sunday?
Yep.
I'm going to have to see where we're going to play at. I'm going to have to see where we're going to have to play. I'm not sure where we're going to play.
Don't know.
I know I'm going to have to catch you around with you again. We're definitely going to do that again, for sure.
This week, for sure.
Hey, what's up, Omar?
You come to McDade in the morning, I'll be there.
He's closer out to McDade than I am, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm located by Spring Valley, Bear Branch.
Oh, I know where he's at.
Northside Christian.
Yeah.
Within 15,
he's in that
20
area.
minutes right there. Because by Klein Oak High School. So I'm right over there.
Hey, if you are just tuning in, we are the Local Route Disc Golf Podcast. We will see you next Sunday. We are out. I am the Bearded Squirrel here with
Big Bubba.
And today's our special guest,
The Fling Show,
Thank
baby.
you
Monday
for
nights,
coming on.
8 o'clock. Peace.